Welcome. Today, we're exploring a challenge that many of us struggle with, procrastination, and learning how to overcome it using timeless Stoic principles. Procrastination isn't just about poor time management, it's often a symptom of deeper inner resistance and a fear of discomfort. The Stoics taught that by facing our fears and accepting life's inevitable challenges, we can build the self-discipline needed to take decisive action. In this video, we'll break down the root causes of procrastination through a Stoic lens and share practical techniques to help you reclaim control of your life. Before diving into solutions, let's define the problem. Procrastination is more than just delaying tasks, it's the habitual avoidance of actions that demand effort or pull us out of our comfort zone. Often, this delay is rooted in a fear of failure, perfectionism, or even anxiety about facing something challenging. For many, procrastination becomes a barrier to personal growth. Recognizing that procrastination is a natural human response to perceived discomfort is the first step toward tackling it with Stoic wisdom. Ask yourself, when was the last time you postponed a task simply because the thought of starting overwhelmed you? Every task left undone is not just a missed opportunity to achieve, but also a missed chance to strengthen your inner resolve. Stoicism teaches us that challenges are not obstacles, they are opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, the very difficulties we face can become the fuel that drives us to improve. Instead of shunning tasks that seem daunting, we should welcome them as chances to build resilience and self-discipline. By reframing challenges in this way, procrastination loses its power. Every time you delay an important task, you not only postpone progress but also forfeit an opportunity to fortify your character. The Stoic approach is clear: view each challenge as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. A central tenet of Stoic philosophy is the dichotomy of control. This principle urges us to distinguish between what we can control, our own thoughts, actions, and responses, and what we cannot, such as external events or the opinions of others. Procrastination often creeps in when we become fixated on outcomes we can't influence. We worry about potential failure or how others might judge us, which in turn paralyzes our action. Focus on what lies within your control. You can't control whether a project will be perfect or how people will react, but you can control when you start and how much effort you put in. By shifting your attention to the process rather than the outcome, you begin to dismantle the fears that fuel procrastination. This simple yet profound shift is at the heart of overcoming delay with purpose and determination. Now, let's explore some practical Stoic techniques to overcome procrastination. One of the most effective strategies is to break down large tasks into smaller, manageable steps. When a project feels overwhelming, focus on a single micro-action. Instead of thinking, "I have to write a report," commit to writing just one paragraph or even one sentence. The Stoics stress the importance of focusing on the present moment, what Epictetus called living in the now. By concentrating on just one small step, you reduce the mental barriers to beginning. Each small victory builds momentum and gradually chips away at procrastination. Over time, these micro-actions accumulate into significant progress. Remember, discipline is not about taking giant leaps but about consistent, small steps that lead to lasting change. The Stoics also believed in practicing voluntary discomfort to prepare the mind for life's inevitable challenges. When you willingly subject yourself to minor discomforts, such as taking a cold shower, choosing a brisk walk on a chilly day, or even fasting briefly, you train your mind to tolerate and overcome resistance. This practice builds the mental resilience necessary to face tasks you'd rather avoid. Think of voluntary discomfort as mental conditioning. Just as an athlete trains to build physical endurance, you can train your mind to embrace challenges. Over time, the discomfort associated with starting a difficult task will seem trivial compared to the rewards of self-mastery and discipline. Another powerful Stoic technique is negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum. Instead of living in constant fear of failure, take a moment to imagine the worst-case scenario. Visualize what might go wrong with a task, but also imagine how you would respond if it did. Often, when you envision the worst-case scenario, you realize that the fear is exaggerated. This practice isn't meant to be pessimistic, rather, it is a realistic preparation. By confronting your fears, either through writing them down or visualizing them, you lessen their hold over you. You begin to see that even if things don't go perfectly, you have the resilience to recover and learn from the experience. This mental rehearsal not only diminishes anxiety but also primes your mind to act with clarity and confidence. Structure is another cornerstone of self-discipline. Establishing a daily routine can create an environment where procrastination has little room to grow. Start your day with a consistent morning ritual, be it meditation, journaling, or a brisk walk, to set a purposeful tone for the day. Plan your work in time blocks, dedicating specific periods to your most important tasks. A well-structured schedule reduces decision fatigue and keeps you focused. When your day is planned, there's less mental space for procrastination to creep in. As Marcus Aurelius advised, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. By building a routine and sticking to it, you position yourself to act rather than delay. At the heart of overcoming procrastination is a mindset shift. Negative self-talk, statements like "I can't do this" or "it's too hard," only deepens inertia. Stoicism teaches us to reframe these thoughts. Instead of focusing on limitations, affirm your ability to learn and grow. Adopt a mantra such as "I will do this" or "I can overcome this challenge." This small change in language transforms your internal dialogue and reinforces the idea that every task, no matter how small, is a stepping stone toward personal improvement. With each act of willpower, your self-discipline strengthens, and procrastination loses its grip. Your mind is a powerful tool, and by directing it with positive affirmations, you set the stage for action and achievement. Accountability and reflection are essential for sustaining self-discipline. Consider keeping a daily journal to track your progress. Write down your tasks, note what you've accomplished, and reflect on moments when procrastination crept in. Ask yourself, what triggered the delay? What could I do differently next time? Sharing your goals with a friend, mentor, or accountability partner can also create external motivation. When someone else is aware of your objectives, you're more likely to follow through. This practice of regular reflection and honest feedback is a key component of Stoic self-improvement. It not only highlights areas for growth but also celebrates your successes, reinforcing positive behavior over time. Now, let's look at some real-world applications and examples. Consider a busy professional who struggles with deadlines. By breaking down projects into microtasks, scheduling dedicated work blocks, and embracing brief moments of voluntary discomfort, perhaps by tackling the most challenging task first, they transform a daunting project into a series of achievable steps. Their daily journal not only records the tasks completed but also captures lessons learned from setbacks. Similarly, a student facing the anxiety of upcoming exams might use negative visualization to demystify their fears. By picturing worst-case scenarios and then planning concrete steps to address them, the student can move past paralyzing anxiety and focus on effective study strategies. These examples demonstrate that whether you're in a corporate environment or a classroom, Stoic techniques can help overcome procrastination and foster consistent, focused effort. Overcoming procrastination is rarely a smooth journey. There will be days when setbacks and distractions derail your progress. It's important to acknowledge these challenges without harsh self-judgment. The Stoics remind us that failure is not final, it is an essential part of the learning process. When you encounter a setback, view it as a valuable lesson rather than a defeat. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? How can I adjust my routine or mindset to prevent similar delays in the future? By maintaining a reflective and adaptive approach, you build resilience. Every challenge you overcome strengthens your self-discipline, making it easier to face the next one. As Seneca said, every difficulty slurred over will be a dark spot in your later life. Embrace the challenge, learn, and keep moving forward. Imagine a life where procrastination no longer holds you back, a life where every day is filled with intentional action and progress. By applying these Stoic principles, you're not just conquering procrastination, you're building a foundation for a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Over time, the habits you form will compound, creating a resilient mindset and a clear path to personal and professional success. The long-term benefits include reduced stress, increased productivity, and a profound sense of inner peace. When you consistently act with discipline, you build trust in yourself. You learn that you are capable of facing any challenge and that each task completed reinforces your commitment to personal growth. The Stoic path isn't about perfection, it's about progress, resilience, and the continuous pursuit of excellence. Before wrapping up, here's a final exercise to reinforce these principles. Grab a notepad and pen, and follow these steps. 1. List 3 tasks you've been putting off. These can be work-related, personal, or even simple chores. 2. Under each task, write 1 or 2 small, actionable steps that you can take immediately. 3. Spend a minute visualizing the discomfort you associate with each task. Then, write down how you would feel after completing that micro-action. Focus on the relief and sense of accomplishment. 4. Choose one of these micro-actions, set a timer for 10 minutes, and work on that step without interruption. Take a moment to complete this exercise. Notice how breaking the task into smaller parts makes it feel more manageable. This routine, repeated daily, can strengthen your resolve and gradually diminish procrastination. Overcoming procrastination is an ongoing journey of self-discovery, growth, and resilience. By adopting Stoic principles, focusing on what you can control, embracing voluntary discomfort, practicing negative visualization, and establishing a structured routine, you empower yourself to take decisive action. Every small step you take builds inner strength, transforming challenges into opportunities and fear into determination. Remember, the Stoic path isn't about achieving perfection overnight. It's about progress, persistence, and the willingness to learn from every experience. As you shift your mindset from I can't to I will, you create a life defined by purpose, clarity, and unwavering self-discipline. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found these techniques helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights on Stoicism, personal development, and overcoming life's challenges. Until next time, keep taking those small steps forward, and remember that every effort counts. Stay focused, stay resilient, and let your actions pave the way to a fulfilling life.